Hey, welcome everyone. HeatherAsh here. It's day 5 of our Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge. Happy Saturday to everyone out there. I'm going to also go live on Instagram. Let's see how it goes because now yay, here we go. Okay, hi Instagram. So we are broadcasting live across many channels, my HeatherAsh personal page, my public page, Warrior Goddess Inspiration page, Warrior Goddess Women group, hello, and to YouTube. So welcome everyone. This is Heather Ashamara, and we've been doing lives every day for the last 4 days. Today is day 5 of what we are calling the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge. Hey, Sakina. Welcome to all of you that are joining on Instagram. And today our focus is on deepening pleasure. So around using the 5 senses to open ourselves into the present moment more is one really good way to say that. Hey, April. So for those of you that are just joining, go ahead and share where you're tuning in from would be lovely. Hi, Lorena. Hey, Valerie. Oh, yay. Linda, Katie. Hey, sweethearts. So I'm currently at Garden of the Goddess, my friend's retreat center outside of Santa Fe, New Mexico. We're doing a leadership retreat here this weekend. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We just had an amazing share. Hey, Pamela. So, hello, Leslie, I think it is Stay Launch. I just ordered my t-shirt for summer camp. Yay! So for those of you that are part of our Warrior Goddess Training Circle, I'll talk more about that in a little bit. We are getting ready for Warrior Goddess Summer Camp, which is our online extravaganza. And we have t-shirts. So for those of you that are in the circle, order your t-shirts. Hey, Sarah from Southern Ohio. Debbie says hello. Tyne, hey Tyne, Vancouver, Canada. Angela, upstate New York, waving at you. Hello. Raylene from Darwin, Australia. Carla from Houston, Texas. Hey, Carla. So thanks for joining me today for this 7-part live. This is day 5. So we are doing a 7-day challenge. You're welcome to join at any time. So if this is the first time you're popping in, yay, perfect timing. If you've been joining around along since day 1, perfect timing. And Warrior Goddess Wild is a 7-day challenge to reignite our pleasure and play, to bring ourselves more into presence. You can join at any time, and the videos and the information that goes with the videos will be available through the end of June. So you can also watch, and it may be the end of June, it might be a couple weeks, but wildwitchywise.com is the URL. You don't need the www, just type in wildwitchywise.com. If you want to join the challenge, you can, again, join at any time. And we're going to go through Monday is our last day. So today, what we've been exploring in the challenge is how do we bring in pleasure and play into our lives even when things are challenging? Or how do we up-level ourselves to the next place in our expression and our experience? And so often, as we've been talking about, we think about pleasure as something that we get as a reward when we've done it right. And hey, Nikki, and we're learning to rewire ourselves that pleasure is a part of everyday life, that it's not something that you wait for, you have to do it right, or that everything in the world has to be going well. It's something that we get to learn how to embody more and more every day. And part of that is coming more into relationship with our senses. So our topic today and our theme today is around using the 5 senses to bring ourselves more present and to open up into more gratitude and joy in every moment. And also this idea of self-soothing. So we're going to talk about self-soothing as well. So we all have access to different senses. And not all of us have 5 senses. Some of us, there may be some of you in the audience that don't have your sense of smell, or don't have your sense of sight, or don't have your sense of sound or taste. And we get to then engage in what senses we do have and expand the senses that we do have. So whether you have 5 senses or less, those are portals to connection. They're also portals to pleasure, to enjoyment, to opening up our being more. So our exploration today is, how do we tune into our senses in a different way? So that instead of being just rote in our relationship to our senses of like, oh yeah, there's that tree again, or yep, I'm eating spaghetti. Spaghetti tastes exactly the same it always tastes. Or I'm listening to that song and I've heard it before, that we actually start slowing down and listening, slowing down and tasting, slowing down and feeling. Okay. Smell. So all those 5 senses of taste, touch, smell, sight, and sound, that we're deepening our relationship with them and inviting ourselves to open them more, to expand our relationship with the world through our senses. And that brings us more present. So when we connect with our sense of sight, not as, oh, I've seen all this before, but from a place of, can I really slow down to look at the textures and the colors and the shapes of what's around me? Can I really engage with my sense of hearing and listen to what are all the different sounds around me, so I can use that to bring myself more present into this moment? And that we do that with all our senses. And you can do that by either picking one to work with for a day or a week. So I'm going to really pay attention to my sense of taste this week. And then you run experiments of, how do you engage more with your sense of taste? Or how do you engage more with your sense of sight? In the download, after the video today, for at wildwitchywise.com, there's a PDF with some ideas of how you can engage more with your senses. So if you're not part of the challenge, feel free to join. And it's not too late to join, wildwitchywise.com. And there's a PDF that lists some ideas, and then you can make up your own and share them as well. And a reminder that, I debated for a while about whether I should even do this pleasure and play challenge, because of what's happening in my life and in my community, my local community. We've been navigating some really New Mexico's biggest wildfire ever. And that wildfire also went through Warrior Heart Ranch and destroyed probably 98% of the forest. So for those of you that have been following along, you know that it's been a really tumultuous time right now. And like with so many things, like there's the initial damage that happens, and then there's the aftermath, and the aftermath is big. Okay, so that I really questioned of like, is this the time to do a challenge and to engage people in pleasure and play? And I realized it's actually the perfect time. And it's been really helpful to remind myself every time that I've done a video or done a live, that you can be even in tragic times, in challenging times, and still connect with your pleasure and your gratitude. And that's a choice. And it's a skill that we're learning to build as well. It's not just a choice, it's a skill. So I just want to share deep love from my heart for any of you out there that are struggling right now, that are in challenging times, that are navigating health crisis, big transitions in your world, struggling with some of the things that are happening in the world. So just know that I am holding you and myself tenderly in the many, many ups and the many, many downs that it means to be human. And that part of learning how to be in relationship with change and transition and loss is learning how to self-soothe, to come back home to ourselves and listen for, what is this being need to be soothed right now? So if you think about a baby that is upset or that's colicky, you would hold that baby, you would rock that baby, you would talk to that baby, you would soothe that baby, so that baby knows it's held, it's seen, you're with it. Even if you couldn't fix what was happening with that baby, you would want to bring it close and soothe it. And it's the same thing with us. We as human animal beings, we also need to be soothed. And sometimes we learn, or we think the only way to be soothed is for somebody else to do it, or we have I don't deserve to be soothed, or the world is too difficult, I shouldn't be having any comfort, I should be struggling with everyone else. And that's not necessary. You're actually going to be more effective if you know how to take care of yourself and to soothe your own upset, to soothe your own, when you're stretching into something new and you feel anxious or you're scared or you're frustrated or you're confused, that you can talk to yourself in such a way that you can bring yourself into the present. And so bringing these two things together of self-soothing and connection to the senses is a powerful way to bring yourself here. And it's a kind of meditation. So to bring meditation into our lives rather than it being a separate thing. And also the same thing, except like pleasure is a separate thing. I can have it over here, kind of like dessert. Like I have to eat all my protein first and then I can have dessert. And have the dessert, have the pleasure, and know that in your every moment, there doesn't have to be anything special. You don't have to go anywhere special. You can connect with your senses and deepen your connection to spirit, to yourself, and learn how to soothe this being so that you open more into what's happening and can listen to what the next steps are. Okay. Thanks, Sakina. Sakina just wrote, thanks for debating. I feel that you have made the right decision. Me too. Yeah. I'm really grateful to have this connection with everyone and to be bringing these important, insights, messages, ways of being in the world here in real time. So this is not theoretical. This is action in motion right now. Yeah, exactly. So Tara Nover, sorry, I'm not able to read your name really well, but hello, thanks for sharing. Some of the American ideals originate from Puritan values, which is what you're perfectly describing. Yes, definitely. Yeah. And there's Puritan values for sure, which is if you work really, 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 really hard, maybe God will forgive you. Maybe you'll get to heaven. Okay. And this is also connected, especially in America, to white supremacy, that there's a lot of this human is better than this human, and there's a way to do it. There's perfectionism that gets woven into that. There's individualism. I have to do it by myself. And so we're breaking up these old forms. And this is around the world. Like America has its own interesting connection that is connected to a lot of trauma of both genocide of the indigenous peoples of this place, slavery, and the ways that slavery has had such an impact on everyone and the harm that has been created. And we're in the process of undoing that and learning how to step out of Puritan and white supremacy values and start to step out and understand how we're all impacted and how we are the ones that can create change. Kidada! Oh my gosh, I hope you're still here. I'm waving at you and loving you from afar in New Mexico. And I saw Marilyn is here. Hi, Marilyn, love you. And there's a lot of other people that are here. So I'm waving at you on Instagram as well, sending you all my love and my blessings from outside of Santa Fe. I'm at a retreat right now, doing a leadership retreat with our 3 levels. Oh, mwah. Hi, sweets. Look forward to connecting with you sometime and squeezing your, giving you a big hug. So, hey, Joni, Rita from Las Vegas. Hey, neighbor. Yay. Stephanie is here from Tacoma. Hey, Doe. Yeah. Hey, Kimberly. Great. Oh, so good to see you too, sweetheart, even if it's your little picture and to feel your energy. So thanks, Quidad. I'm glad to connect with you virtually. And just for all of you that are out there, as I've been navigating in my own personal world, the wildfires that just went through my community and the ranch where we have a retreat center, there is, and Joni, I don't know if you're Las Vegas, Nevada or Las Vegas, New Mexico. So if you're in Las Vegas, Nevada, we're still kind of close, but I'm in Las Vegas, New Mexico. And, there's a lot of hurt that's happening in my community right now. We were talking about how often when there's tragedy, like one person in a community has tragedy, like somebody's house burns down, and then the community gathers around to help that person to rebuild, to tend. And right now, there's so many thousands of people that have been affected by this fire that it's more difficult for us to be supportive of each other because there's just less. We're all dealing with big change and loss. Like everyone in my neighborhood lost something. And that even when there's devastation, even when there's loss, that we can still bring a light to others, that we can still hold that life to ourselves. And that takes a lot of self-soothing and listening for what's needed here. I just went up onto the property yesterday with a friend of mine, Mary, and we went for a walk. And there's one part of the property, I mean, there's so much heartbreak up there right now. So much heartbreak. There's so much loss. And there's one area that was been one of my favorite parts of the land that I had a lot of visions around there being little cabins there and ritual and ceremony happening there. And it got hit really, really hard. And to let myself grieve what the vision was, and also be with what is, what's here now. And part of how we do that is by coming back into the present moment, letting go of what we thought was supposed to be happening to be in relationship with what is happening. And that's not easy. It's not easy to do that. So we get to build dreams and have dreams and grow our dreams. And then we often get to let go of dreams and release those dreams and exactly have acceptance about what has been transformed. And there's a process of grief around that. So there isn't necessarily like, oh, it's all different now. Okay, let's just be here. We have to be with our human animal selves as well and have the loss and have the grief and let it integrate. And learning how to self-soothe and also be in relationship with our senses is incredibly helpful because it brings us back into this moment. So often our mind we're not connected to our bodies anymore. We're not connected to our being. We're like way out here. And coming back to, what do I smell? What do I hear right now? What's happening in my body? What am I feeling? What am I sensing? Feeling the wind against your skin. That's a practice that builds a skill of coming back into the present moment over and over again. Oh, thanks, Joni. Joni Rita. And sometimes we end this change. Yeah, everything changes. And again, just to emphasize that I am so much about going through rather than going over or around. That this is not about avoiding grief or avoiding being human or avoiding our emotional content. It's about really embracing that as humans, we have emotions. And also as humans, we have these beautiful senses that we can become deeper in our relationship with, that we can not be as complacent with, because it's easy to get complacent with, like, oh, yes, it's a bracelet. Yeah, I like this bracelet. Okay. Versus like the sound. Listen to that cool sound. And the color of the obsidian and the feel that if we show up in the present moment, then even the littlest things like putting a bracelet on becomes ritual. It becomes ceremony. We bring all of our senses to it. We show up with what is. So I'd love to hear how all of you are doing. And again, this is part of a larger 7-day challenge called Warrior Goddess Wild, how to reignite your pleasure and play. And I'm doing these lives as part of that, just to check in whether you're part of the challenge or not. All good. I'm so happy to connect. And this is my way of reaching out to our larger community and meeting new people and saying hello to those of you that have been around for a while. And Next week, I'm going back in. So I'm working on a book. I'm going to hopefully, we'll see. There's always so many surprises in the world. But my intent is to finish moving back into my house. I was evacuated from where I live, so I'm slowly settling in. So my hope, my intent, my focus is next week to settle into my house and then to really go back into book writing and to pull myself back. And that's part of what we are doing in our Warrior Goddess community, is that I love this like opening in and really engaging with people and inviting you into our Warrior Goddess world. If you're looking for support, if you're looking for tools, if you're looking for new skills, if you're looking for playmates, if you're learning to deepen your pleasure, we have an amazing community and a wonderful offer of coming into the community for a month to check it out. So I'll share that with you in a second. Hi, Irene. Love it. Joni Reed, I've been through big catastrophe before. I went through San Francisco, huge earthquake in 1989. Yes, I was there too. Not in San Francisco, but I remember that earthquake very well. I lost where I lived and job, and I know how it feels to experience loss. One of the reasons I moved here. I'm impressed by your strength and courage. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, whew, these times. That was a big earthquake. I totally remember that. Carla, I really appreciate you taking the time to do these. It's very helpful to keep focused and feel connected. Good, beautiful. I love it. I love the actually everyday engaging and showing up. And I really feel like too, it's for me, this is a little bit of a magic spell of that we're holding an intent, and then whoever gets pulled gets to play, and it's the right place and the right time. And that also for those of you that are new, so those of you that have maybe heard of Warrior Goddess and read the book, Warrior Goddess Training and read the book, or those of you that just happened upon this live, or those of you that have been part of the community for a while, maybe on the periphery, please, if you want to come play, if this resonates with you, come join our Warrior Goddess Training Circle. It's an ongoing membership circle, and we offer a free month. And this month is really powerful because we're doing what we call Warrior Goddess Summer Camp. And summer camp was a, we originally visioned that we would be doing it up on the land, and then the pandemic hit. So we brought it online, and we've done so many wonderful, wacky things online. And summer camp is one of everybody's favorites because there's a lot of different Warrior Goddess mentors that come in. We do a lot of fun things. We have a dreaming circle. So if you are not part of the circle and you want to join us and get a taste and check it out for a month and be part of Warrior Goddess Summer Camp, please come join us. The link, Debbie, right now, and I'm going to give you the link to get yourself on the wait list. And then next week we'll share the link with you. So the easiest one to go to is warriorgoddess.com/circle. So just go put your name on that list, or Debbie and whoever else is not part. If you're part of the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge, we'll send you a direct link. So you can also wait for that in your email. We'll be announcing that on day 7. We'll be opening everything up. So again, 2 options, warriorgoddess.com/circle. I'll write it down. Oops, I got to spell. I also need to get my glasses upgraded because I can't see close that well anymore. warriorgoddess.com/circle. So if you want to get yourself on the wait list, go there. If you are not part of the challenge and you want to join the challenge, just know that as part of the challenge, you'll also get a direct link. And the challenge is wildwitchywise.com. No www. Just type in wildwitchywise.com. And this is part of 2 other challenges that I'll be doing. So I am working on a book right now that is on the 3 archetypes, maiden, mother, crone. And that's what I'm going to be going back into next week. So I created this idea of having 3 different challenges. I actually was going to do it all as one. I was going to do the wild, witchy, wise, and it was going to be all 3 of the archetypes. And my business coach, Alana, was like, why don't we split it up and just do one at a time? I was like, that is brilliant. So this Warrior Goddess Wild is connected to the maiden. So exploration, curiosity, play, joy, making good messes and mistakes. I hope some of you made good messes yesterday as part of the challenge. I loved looking at the comments on our Warrior Goddess Women group. Then I'll do another challenge that will be Warrior Goddess Witchy, and that will be connected to, it's like 90 degrees here, so I'm starting to sweat. That will be connected to the mother energy about sustaining and nourishing and growing and building. So that powerful, powerful energy of birthing and tending, not just kids, but everything, projects, ourselves, mothering ourselves, and that the magic of mothering, of that really witchy, creating a spell of yumminess that you are tending. So that'll be Warrior Goddess Witchy. And then the third one will be Warrior Goddess Wild. These will all be 7-day challenges because I think 7-day challenges rock. They're so fun. And then, so Warrior Goddess Wise will be connected to the crone energy, deep wisdom, silent knowledge, stillness, connection, big, big, big picture view. All right. So that's the overview. We are in our Warrior Goddess Wild challenge. This is day 5. And the invitation is to deepen into your relationship with your 5 senses and with your self-soothing. Missing another S in the URL address. Oh, shoosh. Let's see. You're right. Good catch. All right, let me put it down again. .com/circle. So this is the join the wait list for the circle for when we open. And also you can join Wild Witchy Wise. All right, so tell me how you are. So let's just take a moment and do a little community check-in. So whoever's joined, if you want to just share a sentence or two about how you are today, what's going on in your life, how do you feel? One of the things that we do as a check-in is, how's your inner weather? So not the outer weather. How's your inner weather? So does it feel stormy today? Does it feel calm with clear skies? Does it feel tumultuous, lots of clouds and lightning? So you can check in that way if you want to, or just share. How's your, oh, Debbie, I cannot tell you how many people I've heard that have had that same experience of getting back from vacation and contracting COVID. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. And peeps, COVID's on the rise again. We're in the red here in New Mexico. So please be mindful, distance, masks, all the things. I know we so want it to be over, and it's just not. Yeah. Good. Hey, Leslie, happily being open to play, excited. Good. I love that. Yeah, Carla, tired but less than yesterday, hoping the weather inside clears up. I will send prayers and blessings for that. Tara, grateful to be recovered from COVID, still foggy but feeling hopeful. Good. Yay. Good. Lots of nourishing people. Lots of nourishment needed. Yeah, yesterday I was supposed to come teach, and I was packing, or unpacking, I should say, and doing a bunch of projects before I came, and I just realized I do not have the energy. Like, I'm too exhausted. And I took a nap, and I thought that would help. So I ended up staying home and inviting my beautiful mentor, Serena and Tara, took over the class last night so I could rest. So that was good. Good. Grateful to be recovered from, yeah, perfect. And then Pana, good food in India helped me. Good food in India helps everyone. I'm convinced of it. Indian food's the best. Kimberly says, stormy. Kailala, hey Kailala, kitty, trying to work with and accept new health issues. Some days I'm not great and it's upsetting, and some days I'm okay. This is causing life changes. Yeah. You know, the mystery of when things change in our body, things change in our environment. Yeah, that just sending you lots of love, and slow and steady. That's the mantra that I keep coming back to, the saying over and over again, slow and steady, sweetheart, slow and steady, sweetheart. So yeah, acceptance when health issues arise, and that listening to, this is a great place to, with the challenge of deepening into your 5 senses and how to be in relationship to your 5 senses in a different way when your body's changing or when you have health challenges. Yeah. Good. Doe, feeling mild. It's rainy here in Portland, Oregon. Nice. Aloha from Maui. Hey, honey. Feeling calmer from messy finger painting. Yay. I love it. Sakina, I feel deeply nourished after doing the challenge today. Good. I'm glad. I love that. Katie, I'm feeling energetic and calm together. This challenge has been so nurturing and playful. Quiet today. Enjoyed the senses challenge today. Look forward to exploring taste later today. It's probably the one sense that I tend to overlook and not slow down enough for. Music, though, is filling my heart. What a change. Oh, good. I love that. Beautiful. Angela, calm, going to experiment with curry chicken later. Wish me luck. Have fun with that. Yeah, absolutely. Pana, I so agree with you about Indian food. Magic. Magic, magic. Yeah. Very nourished. Oh, good. Good, Doe. I'm glad you're feeling nourished. Hey, Ailish. My energy is low, but I'm learning to give myself permission to play in the storms around me. Yes. Yes. I love the rainbow too. There's always a rainbow when there's storms, right? So how do we play in the puddles? Diana, I'm experiencing another anniversary of my partner's passing. This video makes me feel connected to others. Oh, hi, Diana. Yeah, breathing with you as you honor those anniversaries and those change. And, you know, I was thinking about sharing this today. I live next to a cemetery and on two sides of my house. And last night I was out tending to my lilacs and watering, and the dog started barking. And I always know there's a particular dog that my dog has, that there's somebody in the cemetery, which means there's somebody tending a grave. And so I scooped her up and put her in the house, and I went back to very quietly tending the garden, and I could hear somebody on the other side of the fence talking to their beloved. It's so beautiful. And just saying, I miss you. I miss you. And you know, when we have anniversaries of beloveds that have died, it's such a sweet thing to put a photo up and talk to them like to talk, to speak, to write love letters, to remember, to light candles, to do that ceremony. And that's part of both self-soothing and expanding our love and honoring and marking. And to also be in community. That sometimes it's hard being in community because if you're going through something really challenging, it can be sometimes difficult to feel connected. And in our community, like, because we're all so honest, I think, like, I'm honest around what I'm going through, and I think a lot of us are honest around the truth of what we're going through, that everyone's welcome. You're welcome to be in great joy, and you're welcome to be in great grief, and all of it is part of it. Yeah. So let's celebrate and love and listen to what do we need, like, especially on those anniversaries of hard losses or of transitions. What do we need to help us integrate and show up and come more and more into love with ourselves and others? Yeah. All right, sweets. I'm going to go get some food and nourish this body of mine and do some resting. And record an audio for tomorrow. So tomorrow, Sakina asked, what's tomorrow's? Tomorrow is about how to be in pleasure when other people aren't. So how do you stay in your own connection to pleasure and joy when other people are suffering, or when the world is burning down around you, or whatever is happening? So that's what the challenge is tomorrow. And right now I'm about to go record a audio recording, a little meditation to help us with that connection. Yeah. So check out Warrior Goddess Wild. If you're not part of the challenge and you want to join, you can join anytime, day 6, and you can just jump into day 6. There'll be a beautiful audio meditation around deepening into our own connection, even when other people around us are challenged, or even when we're challenged. It's so nice to see you again. I was at your Austin Center years ago. Yay! I love that. Yeah, so good. I always love doing these lives because there's people from all parts of the world that join, and all parts of my world. You all see my little scrape? I just totally scratched myself yesterday. So funny. So it's healing. All right, babes. Sending you lots of love from outside of Santa Fe, New Mexico, and hope to see you tomorrow. So tomorrow, again, day 6 is around how to stay in pleasure, how to stay connected to ourselves even when other people are suffering, or when we're going through challenging times. There will be both the video, the downloadable PDF that'll give the little task for the day, and a extra bonus audio meditation. Love to you, Valerie. And love to all of you. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.